everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And yes, that is the disgusting sound of my AC unit working absolutely overtime in the Virginia heat. I live in a 35-plus-year-old house that doesn't have a lot of circulation. And while I will try my best to hopefully apply some noise cancellation editing, this is just kind of gonna be what it's gonna be for the next 3 months. Summer is really truly my least favorite season. Virginia is humid. Virginia is in the grips of climate change. It is not fun, and it makes filming a bit of a struggle. But I'm here. I'm working, the AC is working, I am not entirely sweating everything off. So like I say, I will take the win. And today we're just gonna be going over some things that I've been liking. I actually was thinking that I had done something like this pretty recently and then went onto my channel to look, and the last time I did something like this was like 6 months ago. I understand that timing and the time between videos being filmed, edited, and then uploaded is definitely not canon and definitely not linear, but I have accumulated quite a few things that I have positive things to say about, so I love to hear myself talk. Enough of this intro. Let's just talk about some things that I have been using on repeat. Might as well start out strong with brows. For those of you who don't know, I deal with trichotillomania, which is a self-soothing offshoot of dermatillomania. And as a result of that, I have a tendency to pull out my hair from my eyebrows. So I suffer from occasionally really bad bald spots when I've gone on a picking spree, or just bald spots that have come from however many years since I was like 14 dealing with this. So I am constantly looking into different brow products and the best brow products for filling that in and not looking like Groucho Marx. And so this is the NYX Professional Makeup Powder Louder brow pencil. So it's just a brow pencil. It's got this bit here on the end, obviously sharpened, and then a spoolie thing on the other side. This is okay. This is a definite case of it gets the job done. There are a few brow products that I've had that have like really wowed me, that really stand out, and this is definitely a case of, like I said, it gets the job done. It's a very soft, easy to apply crayon. I find that it does look nice when you fill in your brow and then go in with the spoolie and kind of blend it out. As stated, I tend to need a lot of coverage, and it does cover pretty well. It's just not my favorite out of however many things I've used. As pretty cheap, I'm pretty sure, or inexpensive. These were like $7. I got mine at Walmart, and currently my brow routine is this on top, and then this, which I do very much like and do plan on repurchasing, is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. And so this is basically like a liquid eyeliner, and it just creates those like nice brush-like strokes to create the appearance of individual hairs. I really like the look of having just a pencil, and then after blending that out, going in with this to give it like even more dimension and looking even more realistic and less flat, like just one color straight across, just blocked out, rather than giving the effect of having hair there. These ones I'm definitely going to use up. I'm going to have this for a while. I've had these for at least a month and a half, probably more, and I've not even really touched too much of it. Wouldn't repurchase, but this one definitely would, and I do like the combination of this pencil then with this over top, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works with the other brow pencils that I like more than these. Still on the beauty side of things, you would have seen me talk a little bit briefly about this in my favorite lip products video. I will leave that down below if you're interested, but this is the Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm. And y'all know I love me a glowy, glossy, slightly tinted lip balm. Here are the colors. They're definitely, I feel like they swatch a bit more pigmented than they really show up on the lips. I would say pigmentation wise, this one is definitely the most noticeable. My two favorites are honestly this one and this one, Wild Cherry and Yummy Gummy. They have a fifth color, but I told myself you don't need it. You have four. You didn't need the four that you got. But this is a formula that I really do enjoy. It does seep a little bit into the fine line. So if that's something that you have trouble with and are concerned with, this may not be the best option for you, but it is very nice on the lips. It looks nice. It wears really well. It has this jelly silicone tip here. I think these are trying to, I don't know who they're trying to knock off or dupe or try to make a less expensive version of. I know Ole Henriksen, Rhode, definitely, Peach and Lily. This whole like tinted lip balm makeup, but skincare but makeup is really popular right now. And I think they're just banking on the trend. I think you can kind of see how there's the pigment suspended in there, but then the like oil part of it has drifted off to the sides. When you first apply it, the pigment is definitely more noticeable and it does fade. So if you're looking for these to be some sort of like tint your lips but better, a little bit of that. They offer a nice amount of hydration. I know the Glow Reviver is like those lip oils that e.l.f. came out with, so this is kind of like an offshoot extended product. They're nice, they're pretty, they feel nice on the lips, they offer a nice amount of hydration, but definitely when it comes to the color and coverage, it's something that you're going to be reapplying. It doesn't have a huge amount of just staying power color-wise, but like I said, it does offer the hydration, makes your lips look nice and plump and glowy and supple and juicy, while also offering the hydration, so I can't knock it. Next up is a few skincare products. This is the Bliss Clear Genius Clarifying Toner Plus Serum. It's got a lot of things in it that I like. It has the BHA, it's got niacinamide, and I have had really good experiences with a fair amount of Bliss products. Exfoliating toner at night and then a different kind of toner in the morning, obviously. I will say, and I complained about it in my updated skincare routine, talking about a lot of Peach and Lily stuff and some other things. I hate this little press down thing here. I can't get away from it, and I absolutely hate it. I don't find it very intuitive. I don't think it's practical. It wastes product. I would rather just have something that I can out onto a cotton pad or just onto my fingers. I give this one pump and then I kind of swipe it on and dab and then stroke all over. This is nice. I like it. My morning skincare routine is pretty fucking spot on, if I do say so myself. I leave the house looking glowy, hydrated, and sumptuous. However, I think I liked the way my skin looked with the What a Melon toner, which I did talk about in that, and also has the stupid pushy thing. I like that one as more brightening. Could potentially be because I don't need a lot of clarifying, but this is really nice. I think for someone who doesn't want a lot of steps in their skincare routine, I am enjoying it. Like I said, my skincare routine is very top notch right now. It's not one that I would repurchase. I wish I could repurchase the What a Melon one because I just really liked what that one did to my skin, but I absolutely cannot stand this pump. Maybe I could decant it and put it in something else, but there's a part of me that's like, why the fuck am I paying for something for packaging that I'm then going to put into something else? They're affordable, but with that being said, I really like the watermelon one. This one is nice. It's doing nice things for my skin. Just in the future, I don't think I would repurchase it, but I would definitely recommend it. Then a nighttime serum. This is the ITK Tri-Acid Toner. Y'all know I love me an exfoliating toner. Got that salicylic acid, lactic acid, gluconolactone, niacinamide. Again, all those things that I love. Unfortunately, it also, I don't know. All I know is I don't like it. This one I kind of, because it's a more watery, that other toner is almost like a gel. Yeah, kind of the same consistency of a gel cleanser, whereas this is just straight up liquid. So I hold it and press the button down and kind of let it fall onto my cotton pad. This is honestly for the price point, I'd have to go back and see, can I help you? For the price point, I definitely want to go back and see, because I like having a cycle of affordable products within my rotation, within my routine. My skin feels very clear and very clean and very fresh when I use this. For the price point, I think it was around $14. I think this one is going to be one that I pull in to be like, oh, if I have something on backup that I just know is something that my skin likes and I'm going to use, this is definitely going to be coming into play for that. I wasn't a huge fan of the eye cream that I've used from them. I do have a hyaluronic acid serum still to try, but if you are looking for a more affordable toner, Tri-Acid Toner, exfoliating toner, I would recommend this. And I think it's a good option that you can get at Target. It's available at Walmart, which I would argue is even more accessible than Target. Definitely pleased with this, but not a fan of I hate it. I feel like it wastes so much product. It's such a pain in the ass. I can't get behind whatever this is. I used to think, oh, it's so great and wonderful and just boosh your cotton pad, but it is a headache. I have to include this. I know I've already talked about it, but I love it so much. This was something that I had on backup after using up. I had a peach and lily serum and I was like, I love that. It's great. A definite repurchase. Let me go to something affordable that's in my collection. And this is the Holy Hydration Triple Bounce Serum from e.l.f. Skin. I love this. This is an amazing serum. I'm a huge fan of that Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum. This is very similar to the hyaluronic one from Good Molecules, a very similar price point, like the Rainfall Hyaluronic Serum from Fourth Ray Beauty ColourPop skincare brand. I remember the first time getting this and using it, it blessed my skin. It helped me take my complexion to the next step. As much as I love makeup, as much as I love clothes, skincare, finding products that work for me, that work even better than other products, there's just something about securing that skincare bag that brings me so much satisfaction and joy to see the fruits of my skincare labor. If you're looking for a nice, it makes you plump, it makes you dewy, it makes you feel ethereal, otherworldly, and vaguely threatening. It's got a glass bottle so it can be recycled. I'm all about that shit. An absolute definite recommendation. And it's one of those products that I get excited. I'm like, oh, it's time to use that. Which is honestly how I want to feel about all of my skincare products. Another positive is this Bubble Morning Rays Brightening Eye Cream. I'm currently also using the Tatcha Brightening Eye Cream, and these two are worlds apart price point wise. Now, the only thing that I'm not a huge fan about with brightening eye creams, I don't have burp squad. I don't have a huge amount of experience when it comes to eye creams. That's something I've only kind of started in the last 8 months to a year and really bringing that into my routine is it does get a little, you can't really see it here, but they give a little bit of a white cast that takes a while to just dab away until it's gone. I don't know if it matters if you do that. It just kind of bugs me and my agita and whatevers. But again, as part of my morning routine, this just really refreshes and brightens. It has a nice amount of hydration without feeling heavy. The Tatcha one, I think, is a little thicker, a bit more intense. Although I think I might find myself leaning more towards this one than the Tatcha, especially considering the comparable results versus the price point. There are a few other products by this brand that I would like to try, but I'm trying to not just purchase willy-nilly for the will of trying things. Probably one of my gripes about skincare and eye cream is how much you get. And I understand we like getting bang for our buck, but the amount of product that you have to use, don't even have to, just the amount of product you use to get the results and to get the coverage is pretty minuscule compared to how much you get. And while I like it and it's doing nice things, it's also just like, how long am I gonna have to have this in order to use it up? And that's the only frustrating thing. If there's an option for getting a mini size for an eye cream, I will absolutely do that, because of just, just a titchy bit, just a little dab. But if you're wanting a nice brightening eye cream that's going to help you feel refreshed and look refreshed, this is again something that I would recommend, and it is a great price point. You can find it at Walmart. Then last but certainly not least are the Doc Marten Buzz platform. I love these so fucking much. You have no idea. What you're gonna know now. I had seen these. This is a reissue of a vintage design from Doc Martens. I was very aware of their existence and had them on my radar. I had this pair here. This is an actual vintage pair, saved on my Pinterest. Finding those in that color, in my size, for under $1 bajillion is like a magical Christmas time unicorn. So when the opportunity arose to be able to have that same design in this gorgeous brown, if they ever should decide to release that green or any kind of green, you all know I'm gonna be on this shit like nobody's business. And I didn't bite the bullet to purchase these until I saw Alexa Sunshine 83 talking about them, and I saw them on her and was like, that's it. That is all the reason I need to go out and find these. It did take me a bit to find them at my price point secondhand. My clothing and my accessories are all secondhand. These are pretty new on the market. I think they came out earlier, like real early this year. I could be entirely wrong, but I was able to find someone who had them for about, I think it was about maybe a teensy weensy bit over what they originally paid for. I'm like, they're new. I'm trying to acquire them secondhand. It's not like people are going to be selling them at a really low price. I will say though, the sizing, this is a 9, which is typically, I'm true to size in a Doc Marten 9. I would say these run at least a half size larger. Doc Martens doesn't do half sizes, so that's a little bit interesting. But I have worn these non-stop for many months at this point. I love the silhouette. I love the platform. The higher the platform, the closer to God. These are my everyday work shoe. These are my everyday everything shoe. I love them with jeans. I love them with skirts. I love them with absolutely everything, every fiber of my being. I really want them in the leopard print, which is a little outside of my comfort zone, as I know I've discussed leopard print in discussing trends and how that's typically not my thing, but it's brown and I feel like it could almost be leopard print, but in neutral. They also have these in black. They also have them in pink and another weird one. I would love them to release these in more common shades like green or a nubuck tan. The brown chocolate is absolute perfection. I think these are around 150. I'm not entirely sure. I will leave the price either on screen or down below, but I do love these. They have truly, if we break down cost per wear, I have gotten my money's worth out of these. And when it comes to footwear or purses or anything that's going to be a pricier investment, it's really very satisfying to see them go the distance. I've wiped them down a couple of times. The soles, I've walked through muck and mud and in the colder months with these things, and the bottoms are just all like this. This is just, I didn't wipe these down. That's just what it looks like. It just sloughs off of it for some reason. I typically prefer my Doc Martens to be vintage and made in England, but because of this being a discontinued style at the time of me wanting it, I'm just like, it can be contemporary, that's fine. And I just really, really love these. Would love to get the black ones, but I just don't have it in me to pay that much for another pair of shoes, and it is a little bit difficult to find these secondhand online right now because they are so fucking popular. Like, I'm going to be talking about it in a fashion, my unpopular fashion opinions, but Doc Martens are the most chronically online shoe. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I love them. But that being said, absolutely love them. Worth every single penny. This is an example of a product that I was influenced to buy that has just turned out absolutely perfect. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, give yourself a giant gold fucking star. You deserve it. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah.